Hezron Brown, the Prince's Trust Young Achievers winner. We saw him getting his award there from Sir Ben Kingsley. Now he's alongside Peter Andre.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, it just gets better and better.
Downgrade,
Like
isn't it?
never. That, oh. That waterfall moment. You already know. Yo, trust me.
I could just watch this for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, let's go.
Mate, your story, though, is incredible. It
Thank you, I appreciate it.
absolutely is incredible.
Hezron, just talk to us about how you got to standing on that stage with Sir Ben Kingsley, receiving an award. You had a really rough time. I mean, partly triggered by this terrible event when you were just 5 years old.
Correct.
When you fell into a bath of boiling hot water.
That's correct.
Suffered burns and scars, led to bullying, and your life sort of went off track.
Yeah,
didn't it?
It did. And it was because of that, because of the bullying that I was receiving, that I started, my mindset, I started to have a change, because what bullies don't understand is the effect that they have on you mentally, you know? To them, they're just doing it for their own gratification, but actually, to you as an individual that's actually receiving the bullying, they don't understand what they're actually doing to you. And every day I was going home and I was looking in the mirror and I would look at my burns and my scars and think, you know, why do they pick on me because I look like this? Because to me, it was just normal, yeah, you know? So
You started acting up. You get thrown out of your home by your mum. She can't cope with your behaviour anymore. You're homeless at the age of 13.
Yeah.
I'm just a teenager. And then you get dragged, don't you, into a world of gangs, drugs, criminality. But there's a moment when you stand up in front of a judge when there were basically like a sliding doors moment. Could have gone to prison for a long time. Or you get the chance to turn your life around.
And I chose the right path, which was to change my life around, because I knew that if I wouldn't have done that, and if I would have slipped back into the gang life, into the gang culture, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
What did the judge hear at that time, then? What was it what made sway the decision for him, do you think, at that moment?
It was the pre-sentencing report that was written for me. So I had to go for a pre-sentencing report before my sentencing, like everybody has to do. And they kind of have the ability to be able to sway the judge's mind, or kind of make them figure out what they actually want to, like what they're going to serve you in terms of like the actual offence and the time that you will serve. And I remember when I went for my pre-sentencing report, it was a black lady. And when I came through the door and I sat down, she said to me, she went, "Are you my next appointment?" I said, "I don't know." She went, "What's your name?" I said, "Hezron Brown." She went, "Not another black man." And I remember sitting there looking at her thinking, like, why would you say something like that to me, you know? And it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, how many black people have you seen so far? Because if you used to say that to me at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we went into this room and we sat down and she said to me, "Tell me everything. Tell me everything that happened." She said, "Don't lie to me." So I did. I told her everything. I had this sense that I could trust her. And I told her everything, and she just looked at me and she went, "You don't deserve to go to prison. You don't deserve to go to prison. And you deserve to have a second chance." And when I want to talk about the actual night before my sentencing, because it's something that I actually talk about with young people.
Because you mentor, you go to schools.
I go into schools all over the country.
You mentor individuals. I mean, you now, you know, part of the award is for the incredibly inspiring work that you do.
When I talk to young people and I tell them all about my experiences, and I show them the scars that I have, you know, on my hands, on my face, there's a big one there on my forehead, and when I tell them the actual reasons behind why I got these scars, it makes them understand how easy it is for a situation to go south. They might be in a party, having the time of their life, living their best life, and then literally in a split second, it all can change. Because someone can come in, they can take out a knife, and next thing you know, a fight breaks out and people are being stabbed. And that's how easy it is in some of these situations, and that's why I speak to these young people and tell them about the real nitty-gritty things that actually happen on the road, on the streets.
Hezron, we could talk to you all morning. You know, you're obviously an incredibly inspiring individual. You have an extraordinary story, and you know, you're so deserving of this award.
Thank you.
It's great to see. It was great to see you last night. It's great to see you this morning.
Yeah, same.
I know Peter is particularly
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
I think you're brilliant. I mean, there's one question I want to ask you, though. When you got given the second chance, was there a moment where you thought, did you have a bit of fear? I don't want to stuff up again. I don't want to do the wrong thing because... Or was it just a full determination to just change your life around at that point?
Well, when I came out of the court, when I was given that second chance, And I went home and I literally just sat there and I thought, why am I actually doing this? And I was actually with a friend of mine who was also in the same gang as me, and I asked him the question, I said, bro, why are we doing this? And he was like, we're representing the postcode, man. Like, we're representing the area where we're from. And I looked at him and I went, that's a bit funny because I'm not from that area. So I'm actually in the wrong gang. And he looked at me and we both started laughing at each other. And I just looked at him and I said, I need to change. And
Just made it seem ridiculous.
It literally just made it seem ridiculous instantly. And I changed my whole persona. I changed the way I dressed, the way I spoke, the way I acted. I went out the next day and I brought myself a new set of clothes because I used to wear all black. I was like a typical thug, innit? And I brought myself a white top, some blue jeans. And I remember sitting at the bus stop, and when I was sat there, it was...
Brilliant. You're rocking the brown today.
Well, I'm rocking the brown today.
Hezron,
the brown.
so good to hear from you.
The brown. Thanks
So
very
good
much.
to hear from you. The Daily Mirror Pride of Britain Awards will be on ITV next Tuesday, 5th of November from 8 o'clock.